What's up, guys? I'm Shane with Landship Customs. This is Lulu Bear, and this is the Apocalypse Mobile 2.0. Yeah, so I got into the whole van life thing in about 2017. Me and my then girlfriend, now wife, decided to build a U-Haul truck into a tiny home called the Great White Buffalo. And we lived in that thing for 2.5 years while we both went back to college to save on rent. COVID hit, we went remote full time, built another van, traveled in that for 6 to 8 months. I partnered up with one of my best friends who is an incredible boat building woodworker, and my background was in solar and tech, and so we decided to make a company that combined traditional woodworking at a really high level with like all of the cutting edge tech that you could imagine in a van, and that's what Landship is all about. All right, so probably the thing that makes this van stand out the most is all of the high-end woodworking and nice materials that we use. We really focus on using like organic, natural materials. Kind of the showpiece of the van is this ceiling here. We made this ceiling out of Western red cedar, and when we first built this van, we found this Gregorian knot kind of pattern and these angular shapes, and we just based kind of the whole motif of the van around that shape. Our woodworker Scooter, who's an incredible woodworker, hand built this entire tongue groove ceiling. This thing is definitely the work harder, not smarter mentality. Everything else and all the rest of the wood in the van is teak. So, our company's called Landship. We have boat building roots, so we try to use teak as much as we can in our vans because it's fully waterproof type of wood that's used on boats, and it's not the cheapest wood in the world, but it's because it's freaking awesome. More organic, healthy materials. The walls, we actually use something called lime wash, which is like a natural sediment-based paint, and then we take a natural beeswax material and we coat it with wax, which makes it fully waterproof and durable. Feels really good, smells good, and it gives it this kind of organic, variable texture, which is really nice. It's all about the vibes, the shapes, the materials, the way it makes you feel.
I'm Nate Murphy, and I have literally just bought this van to show you how to build a van. We have made a really detailed course which will help you go from this to this. You will learn everything you need. We help you specify your electrical system, and you'll be able to access a community all building their own vans at the same time.
All right, so this zone is the main hangout zone. We've got custom teak lagoon mount table, which we have an additional large family style table that you can swap this thing out with that lives in the garage. Then this bench right here, perfect place for Lulu Bear, and the whole fam can hang out in this zone. You've got your window, and then we have 2 fridges in this van because this van's built for the apocalypse. Who doesn't love good upper cabinets? These upper cabinets have a couple cool little toys in them. This is the Nebula projector with the custom magnet mounted mount on it, and then boom, that magnet's right here, and then boom, we got a projector screen right here for movie time for the whole fam. Pretty fun. So this zone, this is our kind of control wall with all of our systems. We got the Victron screen, tells you what you need to know, turn stuff on and off, boom. We got lights. This guy is the diesel heater in this van, the Webasto, and then this button right here actually turns on a heating system for all the under van plumbing. And then a little cubby for whatever you want to do in here. There's some charger ports in here, which is nice. And then one of the main differences, things that we changed in the Apocalypse 2.0 is that I became a dad. So I just had a baby 6 months ago, and I realized that all vans I build forevermore are gonna have to have a back seat for a car seat. And so we shortened the kitchen a little bit in order to add this beautiful seat from Friedman. It actually adds a lot more hangout zone in this area too. So you can have 2 people hanging out in these swivel chairs, a few people hanging out on this bench, and somebody hanging out right here. Cool thing about this seat is it folds down real nice. And then boom, we have this extra table space that folds up. So this kitchen has lots of room for cutting, prepping food. So yeah, the kitchen is one of my favorite spots in the van. We've got the induction cooktop, classic, all teak Rubio mono coated countertop. And then the backsplash here is something I love. We found these angled teak tiles from our friends at Indo Teak here in San Diego, and they just really match well with like the angular vibes in the van. So then we got reverse osmosis filtered water. Got to keep that water clean when you're rolling around the apocalypse. We got under counter lights, which are tasty. We got a nice little drawer. Boom. There's some questionable toilet paper in here right now. And then we got our second fridge, which is a real treat. Boop. More the merrier when it comes to fridges, as far as I'm concerned. And then we got these upper cabinets. Ooh, what's in the upper cabinet? So water-wise, we've got 36 gallons of fresh water. And then we actually have one of the craziest water filtration systems. We have a 3-stage sediment filter first, so that before it enters that water heater, it's already cleared out of any sediments. And then it goes and you have reverse osmosis as well on top of that. So then cruising across to the other side of the van, we got our shower space. This is a self-cleaning, self-drying shower door from Rec Pro. We even added a sweet little piece of teak onto the shower handle. So you pop that thing open, and then we have a beautiful shower zone right here. One of my favorite features in the van is our backlit rainfall shower head right here. So all the appliances in here are stainless, and this thing, I built it to be just tall enough for somebody that's 6 foot plus some change. All right, then one of my absolute favorite features in this van is our slide out compost toilet, and it's our signature compost toilet. It's called the LSSB, aka the Landship Ship Bucket. And this thing is the result of nearly 8 years of our hard R&D by me and my wife living in vans using compost toilets. The thing that is really special about it is that just like a normal compost toilet, it separates the solids and the liquids and makes it so it doesn't smell, and the solids just turn into compost in the back. The one thing that absolutely sucks about compost toilets is having to dump out the pee jug. So normal compost toilets, you buy a $1,000 Nature's Head compost toilet. You have a pee jug that you just got to make sure you don't overfill. And then when it's time to take it out, you got to just dump it somewhere, and you're literally like a terrorist anywhere that you dump it, because it smells for like 30-foot radius anywhere you dump that nasty pee jug. I was over that. So what we do, the pee plumbs under the van through a special stretchy system that allows the toilet to slide in and out still. Then goes into the gray water tank, mixes with the soapy water from the shower and the sink, gets diluted. Plants absolutely love diluted pee, that nitrogen, they just eat it right up. And then you just throw a little bit of this urine neutralizing enzyme. It's a natural enzyme that you can get on Amazon, just down the drain before you dump that gray water tank. And then boom, just dump that thing wherever you dump your normal gray water. Doesn't smell at all. And flipping around over here, we got our closet space. Got plenty of room for some shirts and jackets up here. Got lots of drawers. 1, 2, and then this drawer down here slides out, is some storage, and then also is on heavy duty drawer slides, so you can use it as a step to get up into the bed area. This bed is about the size of a queen bed, sleeps left to right, and you got your beautiful nomadic cooling air conditioner over top, keep you nice and chilly at night on those hot summer nights. All right, let's check out the garage where all the power systems are at. So we got the garage. This is kind of one of the show pieces of this van. Since we got the classic lifted bed, the reason we did that is so we could put a bike tray with a full mountain bike inside the van if you want. So we actually have a bike tray that comes in and out. On this side, this is kind of the money maker of the van. This is our electrical system. All Victron components, 15 kilowatt hours of battery. We got it all kitted out in this plexiglass screen. So you turn this on, it's all lit up, all clean. Everyone loves a good old blue Victron electrical system. We've got dual inverters, two 3,000 watt inverters in parallel to make 6,000 watts of inverter power. That's pretty much plug in your blender, your microwave, your induction cooktop, your water heater, all at the same time. It doesn't matter, you never have to worry about it. We got our big old MPPT solar charge controller for our 1,200 watts of solar on the solar sail that we'll get to at the end. These Blue Sea circuit breakers are not the cheapest way to circuit break all your circuits, but they certainly are sexy and functional. Another cool thing about the electrical system on this van is we have an auxiliary alternator that pumps out about 4 kilowatts of energy while you're driving. When the batteries get low, there's an auto start system that will automatically sense when the batteries are low, kick the car on and charge the batteries back up with alternators. And then going over to this side, we got storage, and then we have water systems under here. This guy right here, we got the water fill, and then we got our outdoor shower set up right here. Let's get on to the grand finale of this tour, which is the exterior gear on this bad boy. So on the back of the van, we got plenty of good gear for you. On this side, we got 2 one-up bike trays. You could also easily unbolt these and add more gearboxes and stuff to this tray. But then this thing is something I'm really excited about. This is a Sandy Vans boost box that we modified to turn into a special gear drying room for keeping all your shred gear dry. Courtesy of a nice bird. We got a nice bird poop right in the front. We'll clean that off for you if you buy this van, don't worry. But you open this thing up, then you got your gear drying room. You've got these 2 units in here. This is a boot dryer right here. So when you go snowboarding or skiing, at the end of the day, throw them in the gear drying room. They'll dry out by the time it's time to shred the next morning. Got glove dryers right here. And then we actually have an electrical plug at the top here. And we have modified electric wetsuit drying hangers. And it'll dry out your wetsuit in a few hours, which is a game changer. I pretty much designed the vans to be what I want, and I love snowboarding and surfing. All right, so on the front of the van, we got the Backwoods Mods bumper. You got the bull bar with the big old light built into it. We got a 12,000 pound winch in here to pull yourself out of sticky situations when you're off-roading. And then we've got upgraded suspension leaf springs from Agile Off-Road. For the grand finale, we got our flagship product that we've been developing for the last 3 to 4 years, the solar sail. So this thing is kind of the biggest, baddest solar product on the market for vans right now. It's got multiple purposes. The most important first purpose is the massive solar generation. So we got 1,200 watts of military grade walkable solar panels on this thing. And when you tilt it to the ideal angle, depending on the time of day and time of year, you can up to double your solar production. Like for instance, the other day, we were getting 500 when it was flat, and it was in March. 8:30 a.m., we tilted it up to the ideal angle, and it got 1,100. Makes a big difference. And then the other side of it that's really awesome is just a huge gear storage garage on the roof of your van. I mean, the real reason I originally built this is because you can literally fit like 3 or 4 people's worth of surfboard and snowboard gear and go on one long trip and not leave anything behind. The last thing that's really cool about the solar sail is that when you tilt it up to 90, we have a custom projector screen that fits over it, and it turns into a drive-in movie theater. So we go out into the middle of nowhere, we pop the Starlink, get internet going, and we're like playing Mario Kart with our friends out in the middle of nowhere with the drive-in movie theater. But yeah, let's hop up in there. I'll show you what's inside the solar sail. All right, so when you hop up into the solar sail, we got the side ladder on this guy. And then, yeah, so in this solar sail, we have our custom landship decking. So we actually make these aluminum panels just for this solar sail. And it allows you to have a nice surface area to store all your stuff. And then you can also bolt L-track bolts into these guys to strap stuff down, which is pretty cool. We got these 1,500 pound each electromagnetic locks that keep this thing clamped while you drive. The electromags have a backup power hooked into the car battery, so as long as you're driving, you'll never have this thing open up on you in accident. Then we have these gas struts that are on the sidewall that keep it opening and closing super smooth. Another cool thing about the solar sail is that we're currently in development of having a rooftop tent add-on feature. All right, so that's the tour of the Apocalypse Mobile 2.0. Thanks for watching. If you want this van, it is for sale. Or if you want a solar sail, we're slanging those too. Also, we offer full systems installs. So if you want really high-end systems like in this van, holler at us. Landship Customs, at Landship Customs. Thanks for watching, guys.